Anime or Japanimation is a form or style of Japanese cartoons. The characters have expressive expressions, the colors are vibrant, the world is immersive, and the storytelling is ideal. Anime has a diverse style and so it differs from other forms of animation. The anime industry consists of over 400 production companies such as Toei, Gainax, Madhouse, Gonzo, and more. 60 billion worth of sales is generated by Japanese television stations that play anime versus 20 billion from overseas. 70% of anime sales are on DVD, and late night adult anime is more popular in Japan than it is here. Anime had been practiced before by Katsuro Sashin, 1917, but it wasn't until Osamu Tezuka simplified animation and created many of the new fundamentals that you see in anime today, like the mech style genre. Mr. Tezuka is considered the father of anime or manga. He began drawing in elementary school. Mr. Tezuka was an avid fan of Disney films and watched Bambi 80 times. While Tezuka was still in medical school and only 19 years of age, he released his overnight success, Treasure Island, out of an act of activism to help people care for the world. Thanks to Treasure Island, Tezuka became a published artist under Ikui Shuppan. He is also the creator of Astro Boy, his first successful anime. Tezuka died of stomach cancer on February 9, 1989 in Tokyo, Japan. His last words were, "I'm begging you, let me work." Thanks to Osamu Tezuka, the anime revolution spread and in the late 20th century gained international acclaim. Hi everyone, unfortunately my camera gear is broken and stuff, so I'm going to be doing real talk in this format for a good while till I get new camera equipment. So yeah, I was talking about anime, and I was going over what Mr. Tezuka did for the world of anime and how he revolutionized, how anime was. He simplified things, and before him anime just wasn't as popular. And he created a lot of genres of anime that we use today. Before him, it was like little tiny, projects that really didn't go anywhere. But now, it's a lot better. So yeah, growing up, I watched a lot of anime. My favorite anime growing up though was Dragon Ball Z. I like Dragon Ball Z because back when I was growing up, a lot of people used to pick on me. And I used to look at up to Goku as like, a form of strength, like how he used to go up against incredible odds and still smile about it. How he used to challenge himself. He used to fight enemies that were thousands of times stronger than him, and he always used to come out on top. So when I used to have to fight against, a bully, someone who wanted to make my life difficult or who wanted to pick on me, I used to just think about Goku. I saw many animes growing up. One of them was Detective Conan, which is still going, by the way, and we're at the 1000th episode. So, hoorah to all the Detective Conan fans out there. You rule. We got Yu Yu Hakusho, which came out in my day. Yu Yu Hakusho was actually a very interesting anime. It captivated me, being a boy of my age, and having the innocence and the purity that I had. Stories like that were like, wow, how you used to see somebody go to hell, get spiritual power, and come back, and you used to think to yourself, wow, could these places exist? Could there really be, something beyond what we normally see? And it's stories like that that opened my sixth sense, as you could say, to want to peer beyond what's normal. Anime took me into worlds and spheres of thought that I couldn't have accessed on my own without an influence like that. And that's exactly why a lot of these creators created anime, because they wanted to create something that would immerse the viewer in a world that would captivate his mind to want to, stick through it and watch it all the way. Because unlike American cartoons, which are, um, you know, geared towards a certain age and are very simple in the storyline and in the artistic quality, anime is geared towards people of all ages, of all genders. So, you have your very simple cartoony anime, which is not really all that cartoony at all. And then you have, your more complex adult anime, which looks really real, has that surreal feel to it. And the stories are very, very diverse. And that's really what's so great about anime, that you can just sit down and you know that you're in for something that's gonna take you to places that you've never seen before, things you've never thought of. I think to myself sometimes I'm sitting down watching anime and I'm like, yo, there is no anime right now that could get me, man. I'm 29 years old, 28 years old, and I've seen it all. And then there's an anime that proves me wrong, and only anime could do that. So let's really give it up to the godfather of anime, Osamu Tezuka, for creating anime. You rule. And this has been Daniel Pichardo for Real Talk. Stay tuned, guys, because I got more coming up.